right, Jeff, so I've got the Mazda 3 S Grand Touring pulled up for us here. This is going to be the most technology-oriented of the Mazda 3s. Of course, it does feature Skyactiv technology like all Mazda 3s do. I want to point out a couple features of that. Your headlights here, just starting here at the front of the vehicle, adaptive front lighting system.
And what does that do?
Adaptive front lighting system is a design of the headlights to where when you turn the steering wheel at nighttime, your lights follow the way you turn the vehicle.
Okay.
So it kind of illuminates those corners if you're on any back roads, mountains,
Right.
You're in a wooded area, maybe some deer are out in the road or anything like that. Even bicyclists like to ride their bikes at nighttime.
Sure.
But it will turn around corners with you so that you can see where you're turning.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's not really a blind corner for you.
Right.
So that's going to be standard with the S Grand Touring, part of your headlights there. Underneath the hood, safety-wise, I want to point out how heavy this hood is. Because Mazda's Skyactiv technology is all about lightening the car,
Right.
maximizing fuel efficiency.
But still has some weight to it, though.
They haven't compromised your hood. Your safety has not been compromised. It's actually been made better over previous generations.
Okay.
Just a few things. You'll notice it says Skyactiv technology here. What that is, again, maximizing fuel efficiency, power, but not compromising any fuel efficiency or power. They're giving you both.
Nice.
So that's all there. Traction control, stability control, those are all parts of your ABS system, and of course that's going to be standard.
Mm-hmm.
Those help keep you on your intended path, prevent your wheels from slipping.
Okay.
Did you notice how heavy that sounded?
Yeah. Sound
Very
nice and solid.
Very solid car.
Right. Yeah, my Toyota doesn't sound like that.
Now, some of the other technology features, you have an advanced keyless entry system.
Okay.
So you can, keys here in my pocket.
Right.
So I'll put that back. I'll show you how this works.
Okay.
I push the button there. I just lock the car.
Right.
If I push it again, I just unlock the car.
Nice.
So that's going to be standard with the S Grand Touring model. And all Mazda 3s feature a push-button start and stop system.
Okay.
It's a little bit more secure, so that if you don't have the right key, you're not in range of the car, somebody tries to unlock it or to turn it on,
Right.
you can't do it.
Okay.
So it gives you a little more peace of mind with your key. Another thing you're going to like technology-wise, you're going to have a backup camera here. So that's
Right
going to be
there.
affixed on the back of the trunk lid.
Okay.
When you put the car in reverse, it automatically switches that over
Okay.
to the backup camera that displays in your Mazda Connect system.
Okay.
So you can see where you're backing up. Also, while you're backing up, Mazda uses radar sensors in the back of the car here. There's a few systems that they use those for. One is going to be the rear cross traffic alert system. So what that does is when you're backing the car up, it senses a car coming down, let's say down the parking lot. It will sense that and will alert you so that you don't keep backing out. Maybe they're
Okay.
not seeing you pulling out.
So if I'm backing out of a parking spot at Costco, cars coming out that I can't see, it's going to alert me on my touchscreen over there.
Yes.
Nice.
And it will also alert you in your side mirrors.
Really?
There's a couple icons that flash. It'll let you know that a car is coming behind
Okay.
you. The other system, I was just getting to that, that those sensors are used for, is the blind spot monitoring system. Now let's say a car comes up beside you while you're driving,
Right.
and you can't see them in your blind spot there. A little icon will show up in each of your mirrors depending on which side of the car it is.
Okay.
And that alerts you that there's a car there and maybe not to move over yet. But when you engage your turn signal for a lane change,
Mhm.
it will actually flash and beep at you
Oh,
to
okay.
let you know
That there's a
it's
car
not,
there.
not safe to merge yet.
Okay. That's really handy.
That's going to be standard on the S Grand Touring as well. So safety-wise, again, Skyactiv technology,
Mhm.
very rigid frame construction here. I'll point that out for you.
Okay.
Skyactiv technology, again, lighten up the car, but also improve fuel efficiency. They haven't cut any corners. Safety is still there. It is still a very highly rated car, top safety pick by the IIHS. But Skyactiv technology is incorporating ultra-high tensile strength steel, which is a lot lighter than your conventional steel approach to car design. but it's also a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be part of your Skyactiv technology as well.
Okay.
Inside of the vehicle, you're going to like this, Jeff. A lot of technology in this
Good.
car.
Good.
Mazda has designed the Mazda Connect system to sit on top of the dash so that it's in your line of sight. You don't have to take your eyes off the road quite as drastically. What's in front of you is still going to be in your peripheral vision, even if you are looking at your Mazda Connect system.
Right.
Another thing they've done with the S model, they give you this active driving display, and what that does when you turn the car on, it's basically a little window that pops up on top of your steering column here. Gives you pertinent information, how fast you're going. It'll also, if you have your turn-by-turn navigation running, it will give you an icon letting you know where you're going to turn.
Oh, nice.
And all that kind of stuff.
While I can still look ahead.
Right.
Oh, that's
Again,
pretty
your
cool.
eyes are focused on the road.
Sure.
It's in your line of sight, but it's not distracting. And that you can adjust it so that even if you don't like that stuff, you can move it out of the display.
Okay.
That's up to you.
All right.
And it's part of the settings.
Okay.
But you'll notice this little pad again. You can turn off the adaptive lighting system. You can turn off the blind spot monitoring system. Your traction control you can turn off. And then this is going to be your tire pressure reset.
Okay. Nice.
So when your tires get a little low, fill them up. You can use that button to reprogram the computer.
Okay.
Bose audio standard with the S Grand Touring. That's going to be a nice center point surround sound system. So it gives you very rich sound quality, a little bit of bass. It does include a subwoofer with it. But the center point surround sound is basically it's a true surround sound experience.
Okay.
So it's a pretty neat
Good.
system.
I like a good audio
Jeff,
system.
if you want to make yourself comfortable here,
Sure.
you're going to notice you have power controls on your seat. You can raise and lower this seat. You can slide it forward and backward.
Okay.
You can adjust your recline.
Does it have a lumbar?
It does. It's a manual lever here on the side of the seat.
Oh, nice.
And you just turn that over and you
Okay.
can adjust your lumbar support.
All right. Let's get in and get comfy here. All right.
Now, Jeff, your steering wheel, Mazda features this. It's a tilt and telescopic steering column.
Okay.
So there's a little lever here. If you push that down,
Got that.
that releases it. You can slide that steering wheel in and out.
Okay.
You can also raise and lower it.
Nice.
So you can get maximum comfort while you're driving.
All right.
You'll notice on the back side of the steering wheel, you're going to have a minus and a plus. Those are basically paddle shifters for your steering wheel.
Okay.
It's a shiftable automatic transmission.
Okay.
So you can control the gears yourself electronically,
Right.
or you can let the car do its thing in regular drive.
Okay.
It's up to you.
So I can drive a little fun if I wanted to.
Absolutely.
All right.
I encourage. I'm Mazda owner myself, so
All right,
I encourage
nice.
it. It is a blast to drive.
Sure.
I will go ahead and come in the other side here. I want to go over Mazda Connect with you, your active driving display, your navigation,
Okay.
and your commander control, which is down in front of your cup holders there.
All right. Yeah. Commander switch. Yeah. Like the Audis.
Now, Jeff, go ahead and push the start button there. We've turned on your accessory. We haven't turned the car on. If you were to put your foot on the brake and push that button, it would turn the car on. While we're here in the showroom, we'll keep the car off.
Okay.
On just the accessories here. So you'll notice up top here, Mazda Connect. That is this is going to be your home screen. You'll
Right.
notice a few different buttons down here in front of your commander control.
Right.
You have a quick button to your audio, quick button to your navigation.
Okay.
This gets you to your home screen, which is where we're at currently.
Okay.
This little commander control, it's a little rotary dial,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also got toggle function. So you can scroll through different settings here. While you're sitting still, you can use this as a touchscreen. While the car is in motion, you do have to use your commander control.
That makes sense.
A lot safer that way.
That makes sense.
But applications, all the way to the left, there you go.
Sorry.
Applications are going to bring up like a fuel economy monitor, maintenance. It can tell you when you need to bring the car in.
Oh, cool.
You can manually reset that.
Okay.
If you actually move that to the left and push down, That's your select button. Scroll over, you're going to have entertainment. That's basically going to be your media.
Okay.
You're going to have your radio. You'll also have satellite, FM, AM. You'll have USB input, CD player,
right.
auxiliary, Bluetooth streaming audio.
Okay.
All that's part of your entertainment.
This is a pretty cool system.
So if we go back,
okay.
Now we scroll over, we're going to have communication. That's very simple. You can connect a phone.
Okay.
And what that's going to do, part of that's going to be your streaming Bluetooth audio.
Okay.
But the primary focus is the hands-free for your cell phone.
Okay.
You can make and receive calls from this system here. You can answer from the steering wheel. It's a lot safer. You can still talk to people when you need to.
Okay.
Without having to pick it up. A lot of hands-free laws are in place.
Right.
But it's also a lot safer anyway.
Okay.
So connecting the phone is very simple. And we can do that a little bit later.
Sure.
We'll go back to our home screen here. We'll scroll over. Navigation. Now Mazda's navigation system is pretty neat. The reason being, this is all based off of an SD card.
Okay.
So when you need to update, you can actually update from your computer.
Oh, nice.
You take the SD card out of its slot, which is right down in the center here.
Okay.
And that is all where all of your maps and everything are stored.
Sweet.
So instead of having DVDs and taking up a lot of space here, it's all off one little SD card. You'll notice your USB inputs for your media.
That's awesome.
As well as a power outlet here. But navigation, of course, turn by turn. It also gives you points of interest, different things like that. You'll have your different settings. We'll go back to our home screen real quick. And then we'll scroll all the way to the right. It's going to be our settings menu. And what this settings menu, you have your active driving display.
Okay.
That you can adjust. Now because the car isn't actually, the engine isn't running, the display has not popped up. And it won't until the car is actually running. But you can adjust the height, the brightness of that display. So that's all settings there. You're going to have the other display, which is going to be this one here. And that's going to control different things. You can have an auto setting, day or night. You can adjust your brightness. Safety, the blind spot monitoring volume, you can turn that up or down. Sound settings, you can adjust your bass, your treble. You can turn on or off the center point, the audio pilot feature. You'll have your clock, which is currently synced with the navigation, with the GPS signal. So it will, if you drive it and it changes time zones, it'll automatically do it for you.
Oh, sweet.
And then you'll have vehicle features, your rain sensing windshield wipers, your door locks, you can adjust those when they lock.
Okay.
Automatically, your turn signals. Devices, your Bluetooth, you have a Wi-Fi that you can select. So let's say you're in a parking lot in an area that has Wi-Fi, you can actually connect to that.
Okay. Pretty cool.
Here. And then you're going to have system settings. Language, temperature, distance, factory settings. You're going to have all of that through your Mazda Connect.
Okay.
We'll go back to your home screen. Now down here, Jeff, you're going to notice this is another kind of techie feature. I know you like that kind of stuff. Digital display on your temperatures. We both have our own temperature controls here. So there's a dual zone climate control system.
Okay.
You can adjust your fan speed here, your mode, which is where the air is coming from. And then you have an auto setting.
Right.
So if you hit the auto, it will automatically adjust the inside temperature, or excuse me, inside vents to get to that temperature as quick as possible.
Sure.
And then it regulates itself.
Okay.
So those are going to be some of the other features. Sunroof controls, just right up top here. It's vented currently. We close it, we push this forward. We open it, we pull this backwards.
Okay. Oh yeah, sunroof. Hey.
And I like my sunroof, so I'm usually the guy that's got all the windows open, sunroof open.
Sure.
Closing it, same button, push it forward. So you've simplified this so that you have one button to control the tilt and the slide.
Okay.
And if you wanted to close it, if it's a little bright outside, you can close that shade so that you're not getting any sunburn on your face or anything.
Nice.
But that's going to be the brief rundown of the car here. Obviously, there's more features to the vehicle, but I did want to give you a good explanation of some of the things that we have here, and some of the things you're going to experience on the test drive. We're going to experience the navigation. We'll set that up for your turn by turn. We'll test out the transmission, which you can again shift either on the steering wheel here,
Right.
or you can shift on the gear selector in your manual mode.
Okay.
And then this little sport button is going to give you a little bit more spirited driving experience instead of just your basic zoom. It's going
Right.
to be a little more zoom.
Sure. Okay. I like that.
Do you have any questions before we go on our test drive?
I'm good. I'm ready to drive.
All right.
Excellent.